Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and with all of the craziness of the price action the last 24 hours or so, it's time for another update on price. I've got opinions from, well, a few different people, but the primary one here, that I'll start with anyway, comes from Cointelegraph, and it seems like more likely than not, the correction, the downward price action in terms of what's happening with XRP probably going to continue, so says this particular analyst. But look, in my opinion, me selfishly saying this because I'm in accumulation mode, I am thrilled. I have been on a high today with what I've done in terms of accumulation. And I understand that there are other people out there that have different sentiments, and I'm sure there are a lot of people panicking and fearful because if they weren't, they wouldn't be selling. So I understand that, but, to each their own. I can't control how they think or feel or how they choose to invest, nor do I seek to. And I'm just thrilled about the opportunity here. And I will also say, before we even get into the rest of the content, a big part of the reason that I'm not fearful, that maybe I don't even talk about enough, is just like, despite the price action here, like the macro trend is still in effect. Big picture, nothing has changed despite the pullback. And the last time I made a video where I talked about price, I did cite, okay, obviously the fundamentals of XRP and the way that it's being adopted in terms of being positioned as a bridge currency and other developers building on top of the ledger, that's all there. But even outside of that, if you're just taking a look at it from a speculative perspective, point of view, it's like nothing has changed. Even if there's a drawdown here, whether this is the final one or not, you're still just in a particular part of a market cycle, which is normal, right? It'd be weird if stuff like this didn't happen, and I'm not going to get shaken out. I'm looking at how much XRP I hold. Now, I want to be clear, I'm not a financial advisor, and so I'm not offering financial advice. You absolutely should not buy or sell because of anything that I say or write. But I'm happy to talk about this stuff because it's fun to discuss with my fellow XRP community members just as a hobby. And just hear what you guys think about that, kind of share some thoughts on the topic. It's just not financial advice, but that is all that it is. If you would please delicately tap that like button, I'd appreciate it. And also subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, which is the best channel on all of the YouTubes. Now, as I record this, XRP is at 23.2 cents, but things change quickly, so by the time you're watching this, who knows what the hell it's going to look like. Bitcoin's at $10,441. And you got the market cap for the asset class down to $326 billion. Bitcoin dominance up, though, 59.18%, which means that altcoins must be selling even faster than Bitcoin. Even so, if you look at the weekly chart here, this is livecoinwatch.com. Hopefully this isn't surprising to most people. Other than Tether, which is a stable coin, all the other coins here in the top 10, their charts look pretty much the same over the last 24 hours, more or less, right? Look at the pattern. The dramatic drop. Looks like they all came up a little bit and then back down. It's just the altcoins are simply following Bitcoin. So to get shaken out of a position, that's not something that's going to happen to me. I know that this price action has nothing to do with the long-term viability of XRP. I understand that by and large, the average speculator is betting on the asset class as a whole, and that's why they're treating it like this. That's why everything is coupled together, as ridiculous as that is, in September of 2020. I don't think it'll always be like that, but today as I record this, sadly, most unfortunately, it is. So let's get into this piece. And this is written by Rakesh Upadhyay, writes for Cointelegraph. And normally I just share what he writes about XRP, but I actually want to share, given what's happened, and given that we know that XRP absolutely follows the price action of Bitcoin undeniably, I'm going to share with you what he had to say off the top, too. Legacy and crypto markets saw a strong correction today as traders feared that the second round of economic stimulus might be delayed as the White House, Senate, and Congress could become entangled in a fight to fill the vacancy created by the passing of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And indeed, I did make this point in my last video that I made about price, and it was very clear. I pulled up the charts. If you looked at what was happening to that point, just with the Dow Jones Industrial Average versus the price action of XRP specifically, oh my God, overlap the charts. They look like almost 100% identical, as close as can be. And so that was just an indication to me that it was the crypto asset class as a whole following what was happening with stocks Pretty much. And so I was like, okay, so people panic selling in multiple asset classes having nothing to do with the long-term viability of XRP. Okay, you're fearful. Go ahead and sell your XRP. I will purchase your fear. And I don't know whose fear I purchased today, but I purchased a bunch of fear from others because as they were panic selling, I was just adding to my bags. That's what I felt was right for me. Now, the piece continues. In addition to this, financial stocks are leading the bloodbath as reports emerged that several banks could have been involved in facilitating the movement over $2 trillion over a 2-decade period. These suspicious transactions have been flagged as possible money laundering or criminal activity by the bank's internal compliance officers. While Bitcoin price is correcting today, this exposure of potentially illegal behavior by banks will only strengthen the narrative for why investors should buy Bitcoin. I'd make a broader point for the crypto asset class, but you can write Bitcoin there. Okay, that's fine. The increasing number of pandemic cases across the world is also adding to the negative sentiment seen in the market today. This has led to panic selling by traders who are dumping equities, gold, crude oil, and cryptocurrencies, and instead are buying the U.S. dollar. Oh my God, yes, the lovely U.S. dollar, which is losing value at a minimum of 2% per year at this point. It should be more than that coming up here. Not that I'm saying hyperinflation is going to happen, but I certainly suspect more than 2%. And so there you go, you fleed cryptocurrencies. It's just humans being humans, man. Look. Everybody out there, you do what is right for you, but I know humans have this lemming-like mentality. When they don't know what the hell they're doing, they FOMO and they panic sell. And I'm just recognizing that and doing my best to take advantage of this realization of what reality is because I know I can't change that. I don't seek to change that. I'm just observing it and I'm acting accordingly. I'm not participating in that crap. I am absolutely not. I'm just going to accumulate and I'm going to hold. And history has shown that people that do that, certainly in the stock market and certainly true with Bitcoin and to this point XRP as well, those are the people that end up getting rewarded. That's if you disagree with it, then pull up a chart, look at it with your own eyeballs. I understand that we haven't had the most recent parabolic rally. I understand the degree to which XRP is down from all-time highs, but my gosh, come on. And he writes, however, after the initial round of selling, most asset classes are likely to chalk their own course, depending on their long-term fundamentals, and cryptocurrencies may be among the first to rebound. Let's study the charts of the top 10 cryptocurrencies to spot the critical support levels that could attract buyers. I'm going to be brief on Bitcoin, then I'm going to move down to XRP. Bitcoin turned down from the 50-day simple moving average, 11,225 on September 19th, and broke below the 20-day exponential moving average at $10,781 and the $10,625 support today. This fall suggests that the bears used the recent relief rally to $11,000 to initiate short positions. Well, that's not terribly surprising, but it's just fascinating that this is all in conjunction with what's happening with the stock market as well. And so they ultimately write, contrary to the assumptions made within this piece about Bitcoin, if the pair rebounds off the 10,000 to 9,835 support, the bulls will once again attempt to push the price above the downtrend line. If they succeed, then the uptrend is likely to resume. And again, I selfishly hope that doesn't happen because I know that if Bitcoin tanks, XRP will too, and I would like to buy on the cheap. I know you guys, many of you out there don't want to hear that. But luckily, I can't control that. If you want it to go up, I can't control that anyway. But I also know there's going to be a bunch of you out there listening like, yeah, I want it to go down too, because you are like me and you are still buying. So it just depends where you're at in terms of accumulation. But here you go, XRP/USD. The bears are trying to sink XRP below the 23.5 cent to 22.9 cent support zone, and if they succeed, the altcoin can decline to 19 cents, completing a 100% retracement of the up move that started in mid-July. And I gotta tell you, I would freaking love that. I have extra United States dollars sitting in a checking account, which I am going to use to purchase like a metric F-word ton of XRP if that happens. Seriously. And I've just been sitting stretch goals, so like I understand I could just use it and buy now at 23 whatever cents, and okay, cool, I got a bunch. But it just gets to a point where it's like, if I'm gonna buy it, I want to buy it on the cheap. That's how I feel. Other than the little bit that I continue to put in regularly, just the dollar cost average in, because this is outside of that for me anyway. Anyway, the lack of a strong bounce off the support zone indicates that buyers are currently not defending this zone aggressively. They are likely to wait for the decline to end before venturing out to buy. This bearish view will be negated if the XRP/USD pair rebounds off the current levels and breaks above the downtrend line. And so there you go. They're saying more likely than not, it's still looking bearish with XRP, but that's why I wanted to point out, none of this has anything to do with the long-term viability of XRP. It has to do with what happened with the stock market. Bitcoin followed, and every other altcoin follows Bitcoin, so there you go. Pretty freaking clear. Look at the charts for yourself, because again, none of this is financial advice, but just freaking look at the charts. That happened. And if people getting shaken out of their positions, I feel sorry for some of these people. I better just leave it there, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything, because if anything I say or write, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Nambo!